Today we've been joined by Melissa, who is the founder and editor-in-chief for Disgraceful magazine. Tell me a little bit about your background and a bit more about Disgraceful magazine.
Yes, I'm in my second year of university. I'm studying English with publishing. I came to university kind of a little bit late. I took a few years out to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. I ended up obviously doing English with publishing. So before going to uni, I was working in kind of literary festivals, a little bit of marketing, that kind of creative side of things, and kind of felt publishing was quite a good fit. I didn't intend to do English with publishing. I applied to do just publishing, but I ended up doing the kind of major minor. So here we are. But it's been really good, actually. I think it's really opened my eyes to kind of the different kind of things like within obviously publishing, but also kind of copywriting and like the writing side of things too. So that's been exciting. So yeah, then Disgraceful was born in lockdown, the first lockdown. It was from an idea that I had in a queue like to Tesco's. I was kind of bored at the time, and I was doing a bit of a kind of running a blog, and I thought I want to take this further. I'm having these ideas. I was also freelancing at the time, and there was just like no support, and there was like no kind of networks that I could find that were for some people who were doing similar things to me, who wanted to either like break into like the creative industries or break into their own businesses. And so I thought, let's make a magazine. And I put a post out on LinkedIn, and I think I put a post in the Girls Who Graduate Facebook group run by Bronte King on Facebook. And I was at work, I think I was at a client's doing some like social media, and within like the 2 hours I was there, I had over 100 emails from people who wanted to get involved, which was very overwhelming, very crazy. And yeah, Disgraceful was kind of born. So I was sitting there like kind of whittling down like the emails. I kind of said, do people want to do marketing? Do people want to do editorial? And from there, we built a team of, I think it was about 30 people at the time. So kind of 3 months on from that, we released issue 1, which kind of exceeded my wildest dreams, and yeah, was crazy. I think I must have reached like about 5,000 downloads. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but that was amazing. And then on the back of that, we expanded our team a little bit more, but just to kind of keep up with the demand. And now we're at, I think it's like 43 people. So there's 43 of us. We all work kind of for free. It's all voluntary. I hope like kind of when building the platform, I said that obviously I can't pay you. I don't earn anything from this. It's all completely non-profit. But I hope that you can learn something, and we can all learn off each other. And it's just become such an amazing community, even within our team and obviously with the wider community, that we all learn things off each other, and we all just kind of can support each other and share the experiences that we've had. And it's just really, really nice. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at the minute. We've just launched issue 2 a couple of weeks ago, which has been insane. We all had a week off last week, and now we're back kind of ready for issue 3 now.
Was there ever like a magazine that was already published that kind of inspired you a little bit, or that you look up to?
In all honesty, no. I think I obviously read a lot of magazines, and there's all the magazines out there, like the big names like Glamour, Vogue, like they're all the very like samey, and the stories you read and the women they represent just seem to be very like narrow. So for me, kind of, I wanted to break away from that, from Disgraceful, and I like to think we are doing a few things that not many people are doing and are talking about, and I think it's completely different. When making it, my kind of inspiration was, like I always said, like a mix between like Forbes and Playboy magazine, kind of like the pushing the boundaries, but also having that element of kind of professionalism and just, yeah, I don't really know. I suppose I didn't really have an inspiration from a magazine, but I think it was more inspiration from the people around me and the people in my community, and just realizing there was that space for those conversations to be held.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I guess it's almost like grounding, you're pushing the expectations and the boundaries, yeah, but you're also grounding it back into reality to discuss some really important topics, which is amazing. Did you find that you've had any difficulties while founding the magazine, and what benefits were there from it as well?
I think in terms of difficulties, we've had it pretty easy, I will admit. I've been incredibly lucky that I've had obviously the support from my team, but also from kind of our community and the people, our readers. We've been quite lucky in like the response. But I think it's obviously difficult when, I mean, we all make this magazine from our own, lounges or our kitchens or our bedrooms, and we haven't all met in person, and it's difficult. We have like, bi-weekly meetings as a big team and weekly kind of smaller team meetings, but with that, with like Zoom, it comes like Zoom burnout, and people have been on Zoom all day with their work, and it's tiring, especially in the current circumstances. It has been difficult and it's been stressful. I mean, obviously I do full-time uni, I'm freelance as well, and then running the magazine is like a full-time job in itself some days. So I think that it's obviously had its constraints, but I think I'm just so grateful for where it is at now. And yeah, I think we've been lucky for sure.
What advice would you give to a young person or a student who is interested in starting their own magazine in the future?
I think if you've got an idea, just kind of run with it. I think Disgraceful has opened up opportunities and doors just by me putting an idea out there, by putting myself out there. I think it's trust your instinct. I think, it's yourself the most. And I think if you think you've got an idea that you want to run with it, then there's no harm in trying. I went into the kind of Disgraceful thinking if, I put something out there and it fails, it fails. But, there's no harm in trying. There's no point, wasting like the next few months thinking, oh, what if? So yeah, I think my biggest advice would be to put yourself out there and trust yourself that it'll most likely go okay.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. That's exactly how I felt when I started this. I was like, oh no, I don't think anyone's gonna like it, but hey, I want to give it a go, so let's just try it. And it sounds very similar to your experience where we got like overwhelming support and it made you feel a bit more comfortable about doing it. So what would you like to go on to do in your own career?
So I obviously have my English degree, but I actually want to go into marketing. So I'm at the point where I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but I've applied for maybe some placement years in kind of PR agencies. I applied for like the non-grad job. I don't know if you've seen it with Rise at 7. Hopefully, make a good first impression there, and possibly that's an opportunity. But either or, like kind of what happens in my placement year, if I don't do one, I'm going to hopefully do a marketing master's afterwards. So I do want to go into marketing or PR. But again, I think I'm just kind of taking each day as it comes and seeing what happens and seeing what like feels right. I definitely realized kind of from like a few years ago that you can have all these plans and you can have all these things set out, but the majority of the time things aren't going to go to plan. So often kind of the best opportunities have come to me when I've kind of sat back and gone, let's just see what happens. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the minute.
I think everyone's in the same boat. So thank you for the like really honest answer. That it's sometimes hard to, even though you're doing a degree and you've got a magazine, you don't necessarily want to kind of pursue that for your entire career. There's so many different changes that can happen.
I think definitely, obviously I would love the magazine to carry on and one day like picture us in some like Condé Nast style office maybe, but that would be the dream. But yeah, we'll baby step at the minute.
Well, I really hope like whatever you do, I can guarantee you're going to do amazing because you've got all the passion and the drive and energy. And the final question, what's your goal or vision for the future of Disgraceful?
Like I said, I think I would love and would really, really love to picture it in like kind of Condé Nast kind of style office, like, big office in like London or somewhere, and for all of our teams to be able to work together in person. I mean, I live in Devon right now, so maybe uproot my life to the city, but I think I just want to keep it going as it is. We're creating conversations and starting conversations and nurturing our community, and it's really starting to feel just like right. I think things are kind of fitting in, and I would love to continue that and love for it to kind of grow and just keep on, doing something for our readers, and the response we have, like from the messages I get after like the launch, and even, you know, kind of most days, it's just so nice to hear that we're doing something that's related to somebody, and it's really kind of putting on that personal level, which I think a lot of publications don't have. So just to kind of continue to have that response and make amazing content and just be disgraceful, I guess.
So all I've got to say is huge thank you for you to come and talk about your journey. Where can we find out more about you and Disgraceful?
So you can find Disgraceful on Instagram at Disgraceful Magazine. We also have a website, which is disgracefulmagazine.co.uk. We're also on LinkedIn, and you can also find me on LinkedIn at Melissa Hawkins.
Again, just thank you so much for coming on. I'm really sure that your advice and your journey is going to inspire and hopefully encourage people to just follow whatever they want to do. If there's something that they're excited about, just go and do it, because you never know where it's going to take you. The possibilities are endless.
Having me.
No problem. Thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting the young founders that have been interviewed throughout the series for the One Third Project YouTube channel. To find out more information about the One Third Project and what we do and any projects you may want to get involved in, you can head over to www.onethirdproject.co.uk.